it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I'm going to show you this car here, which is the 2018 Honda Civic 1.5 VTEC Turbo. If you follow any of these videos, you know how excited I get about these cars because they are seriously cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look around the car, we're going to have a bit of a drive in the car as well. I'll show you why I love them. Hopefully you love them too. This car is a one owner car from brand new. It's got a full service history. Well, it's pretty short because it's such a new car, but it has been correctly maintained. It's in what's called a polished metal colour, and it's such a nice looking vehicle, but they drive so good. What I really love about these cars is they are 280 quid a year for road tax. It's only 1.5 engine, and they can actually achieve up to 50 miles per gallon quite easily. That's not kind of sales pitchy, that is actually realistic. But it's 182 horsepower, and it's a good, reliable 182 horsepower, so you can drive the car real hard and you're pretty damn sure it's going to be reliable. So it's kind of like, it's not like a hot hatch, but it's a warm hatch. And what I also love about them is they're just rare. You don't see them absolutely everywhere. Significant features on the front of the car. The first thing is these LED headlamps. So nice daytime running light in here. Dipped headlights are along here in LED. Full headlights are in through there and also LED. And as you can see then, the indicators also get the treatment of LED, and even the front fog lights are also an LED. So it gives you really good light on the road, but it gives the car that really nice upmarket look. What's also nice in an S design is also that you get headlight washers in through here, and also down here the front skirt on the front left and right hand side of the car makes the bumper look a little bit more low to the ground, and again that's just keeping the nice aggressive look. The wheels are a nice diamond cut kind of finish, so they are a 17-inch wheel, and they are a 235 45 17-inch tyre. Down the side of the car we can see there's another skirt as well, so that's another distinguishing feature on the S design. And round to the rear then we also get an extra skirt down in through there. So around at the back of the car, one of the nice things I like about it is symmetry. If you look at the left and right hand side of the car, it all looks the same because the exhaust is right up through the centre. That exhaust makes a nice little hum. When you start the car, you know you're in something special. And then when you rev the car, it's not too loud, but you just get that small little hum that gives you the idea that you're driving something a little bit extra special. Anyway, that is the outside of the car. Looks really well, and that's one of the first things I always liked about this car when it came out first. But the other thing I really like is how it drives. So I will get back into more interior features in a minute, but this is just to show you the startup sequence on the car. So basically, if we put the key in the ignition, you get the H badge that comes up like so, then we get the startup sequence along through here. Revolution counter tells us low on fuel. Crank it over and start the car. And this was one of the things, so 6.3 litres, again I'll come back to fuel efficiency and all that little stuff in a while. In through here, turbo meter tells you exactly what the turbo is doing. In my opinion, actually having a turbo meter like that, it improves the whole experience of driving the car. When you put your foot down, you can hear the noise of the turbo kicking in, but you can actually see what's happening here. Anyways, essentially this car is a hoot to drive, so let's see how it performs in terms of acceleration. So just like I was saying, these cars are some fun to drive. Gear stick is sweet, steering is sweet, driving position is sweet, power is sweet. First gear, second gear, and not being hard in the car, up to the red line, car's well out for it. And then run to a back road, which is 100 kilometers an hour. The drive's so nice. Such accessible power. There's a bit of lag in the turbo, but you'd expect that. And then we turn around here. No cars coming. Lowered in first gear again, into second. You're up to 100 kilometers an hour. Ah, that's lovely. I love it. Anyway, if you want to smile on your face, come try it. I can bring you out this road. You can try it. I'll show you the acceleration on the clock. I'm going to get onto the motorway here, and I'll show you how it gets up to 120. So you can see the speedo here in front of me. I'm actually going to join the motorway. So 7 kilometers an hour on a hard shoulder. So as you were saying, there's a boost gauge on the car, and I think that really makes it more interesting. It's something to engage with when you're driving. So just say, for example, if we floor the car, second gear, watch the boost build up. Into third, the boost builds up again. Into fourth. So as you can see, these are an absolute hoot to drive, and what I've been doing there is I've been driving the car well within its capabilities. So I haven't been hard on the car, I've been sympathetic on the gearbox. I have not exceeded the red line. The car is designed to do all these things. But what I really like about them, again, as we were saying earlier, it's a 1.5 turbo engine, so it's not a big engine, but it has 182 horsepower, which is quite punchy, so it is in a car. And these are not a heavy car. They're actually a pretty light car overall, so it's quite good acceleration. When you put your foot down, it's not like a diesel car that's 190 horsepower. This actually feels like 190 horsepower, where there's really good get up and go on it. But the nice thing about it, it's like the VTEs that were out years ago in the Civics. They were 1.6, they were high revving, they were great crack, but they were still easy to run, and that's what this car is. It's 280 quid a year for road tax, and it's a realistic, and I mean, I've done it no problem, all day, every day, 6 litres per 100 kilometres, consistently. Every one of these we've ever had on fleet or anything like that, no problem at all, which is the guts of about kind of 50 miles per gallon. So in a car that's 182 horsepower, you don't get that too much. Anyway, after that, in terms of condition, is quite nice in the car throughout. Going to a bit of a one take from here, and just going through the rest of the stuff, but condition's quite nice all the way around. You know, but it is a nearly new car, and it's got one owner, so as you'd expect. And actually, as the previous owner said, its car's been washed 12 times, which is once a month by hand. Anyway, the rear of the car will always have parking sensors. The rear tail lights are LED, just like the front of the car that we saw already, with all the LED indicators and fog lights and headlights and all that kind of stuff. In terms of the back, the boot is in really nice condition, and these are, and people used to complain about these being flimsy. No, they are not. The whole idea of these is you let that back and you can throw pretty much anything you want in there. There's so much space and accessibility. I put a TV in the back of one of these recently enough. Slap the seats forward. There's a serious amount of space in these cars. Like, it turns into a little van, and it's so easy to do. You don't have to pull out the parcel shelf and leave it behind you. So that's why I actually think this is a really good idea. And the second thing as well, if you load it up with stuff, it's actually flexible, so it's not flimsy. Genuinely, it is actually, when you start to see the application of it, it's really, really good. After that, I'll let this seat up for a sec. The rear spoiler actually channels air all the way down the back, out through here, in the most aerodynamic way possible. And these cars are actually quite flat underneath, again, to reduce any drag or anything like that. Rear of the car has tweeters in through here, speakers down low, electrics for windows, child locks in through here, and then there is privacy glass on the rear, as we see. There is three 3-point safety belts in through the centre, 3 head restraints. Condition is really, really good in the back of the car. Kangaroo pocket on the other side, ISOFIX point this side, ISOFIX point the other side, and then after that we also have tweeter, rear electric, and that's just to give you an idea of the condition of the door card over here. The car also has 1 or 2 other cool features, which are things like full closure. So the lights are on at the moment. We hit the lock button, we can lock the car, the wing mirrors will come in, the headlights are automated, so they'll turn off. So literally when you walk into the house, it'll allow you time to actually walk in, get the key in through the door, lights are still on, and then they'll automatically go off themselves. And then similarly then, I can use the key to unlock the car and bring the lights back on, and then watch the windows if I want, which is pretty funky. I could drop the windows, or similarly I could bring the windows up. The car, electrics for windows front and rear. Down here is traction control, parking sensors front and rear which are on or off, headlight washers, lane departure warning and collision mitigation, which is basically going to warn me if I don't react under 32 kilometers an hour, it's going to try and stop me from hitting something. Pedals are aluminium. And then when I start up the car, we've seen the sequence already. In through here we have storage, armrest that goes backwards or forwards, drinks holder in through here, auto stop start on or off, economy function, which basically means this white line turns to green when you're driving economically, and over here then it reduces how aggressive the cruise control is and how aggressive the air conditioner is. Handbrakes in through here, brake hold here to stop me rolling backwards on a hill if I want to exercise it. And then in through here, a little bit awkward, they're going to be dead straight where they are, so my USB connectors, HDMI if you want to play a video, and in through the centre here I've got one more USB connector in through there. Climate, we've got these hard buttons for front and rear windscreen demisters, temperature on my side, temperature on the passenger side, or we can synchronise it so I can control both. Once we hit the climate button in through here, it brings up the display for climate, which is touch and swipe. Camera, which goes with the front and rear sensors, and then I have different settings on what way I want the camera to be set up, and those guidelines are dynamic depending what way I'm turning the steering wheel. As you can see, they're moving. Back into the general home screen, what happens there then is, go away climate, okay, I agree, if I crash the car it's my fault basically. Okay, so the first thing we see is all the tabs in through here, so I've got audio in through here for where I want music to come from, which is going to be my sources, which are FM, long wave, digital radio, Bluetooth, streaming, Spotify, all that kind of stuff happens in through there. Phone is in through here, it's all touch and swipe. Trip information there, navigation in through here for Garmin, and then I've got my smartphone connection down here. Unfortunately I can't show you because I'm using my phone at the moment. Sorry, that's not the smartphone connection. Smartphone connection was over here. If I hit that, then if we have connected a phone, it'll bring up Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. In through here then various widgets and even things like an internet browser. Over here I've controls for Bluetooth, audio controls, and then this button here is information in here like the turbo meter we saw already. Navigation information, speed sign recognition, which tells me my current speed sign, average speed, safety belts being worn, maintenance information, audio, phone, all that kind of stuff in through there as well. Over here then the cruise control is basically giving me, so there's a couple of things. I can have one thing that warns me if I drift out of my lane. However, I can have a second thing that actively tries to keep me within the lanes. So if you line up two lines, they will go solid, and then it's going to actively try and keep you between the lines. This is basically cruise control. How many car lengths do I want to stay behind the car in front of me? After that then I can have a limiter, and it's also a limiter which respects speed signs, which is pretty cool. Driver's airbag, passenger airbag, side curtain, side of the seat, and then there's obviously steel bars in all these doors for side impact protection, all that stuff. Roof liner over my head is black. I can see up here I've also got this lighting, but I've also got an alarm which goes with my immobilizer as well. Anyway, there is a ton of stuff in the car, so I think you'll agree it is really, really well spec'd. If you are still here watching the video, fair feckin' play to you. Thank you, appreciate it if you have. So to summarise this car, and that's what these cars are all about, they're fun, they drive real good, it's something different, it's not hard to run, and then it actually happens to be well equipped as well. If you have a trade-in, please do give me a shout. 086 843 1945. Brian is my name. Call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits. We will supply this car with warranty, obviously, with the service complete, and the car's in quite nice condition, and as you see from the video, if you come to drive it, you're definitely going to enjoy yourself. Anyway, thank you for taking time to watch. Hopefully the video has been useful. If there's any more information you want, call, text, WhatsApp 086 843 1945. Brian is my name. Fitzpatrick's Garage, Kildare Town. Thank you.